the service of ire.
Welcome back to GSL Code S. Who is going to move out of this group? Is it going to be TaeJa or is it going to be MVP? This is a really tough call. Artosis, what are your thoughts?
Both of them.
Both of them? All right.
Yeah. But who right now? That is the true question. And the first map is actually going to be Abyssal City.
All right, finally get to cast some more games on this.
Yeah, it's really a map we don't see that much yet. It's brand new this season. I'm excited to see how this one goes. Abyssal City! I'm going with MVP.
Yeah, I'm going to go with MVP too. But I'm fine being wrong as well.
You're okay with that?
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
No. Okay. I'm not okay. I actually have serious issues.
I know you do.
Yeah. All right. So, let's see here. It looks like we're going to get this game going pretty quick. I think we're actually strapped on time here. Well, so far, the days here have been considerably longer, actually, for a GSL.
Oh, this season, man, no one's dying.
Everybody's being way too smart, way too calculated. It's made for some great games, but it's also forcing our little in-between segments to go a little bit quicker. So let's get this going here. TaeJa against MVP. The winner gets out. The loser, well, he's got one more shot.
GSL. Welcome to GSL Abyssal City.
All right, in the far right, one of only two starting locations, we have our incredibly popular Terran player. A lot of people rooting for him from the site teamliquid.net. I have to say, perhaps their best player right now, he is
Liquid TaeJa.
And in the center left starting location, in the blue, we have our player. He just beat MMA. Can he beat perhaps even a better player? His ID is
AGIM MVP.
Now, while on paper this might be a harder match, when you look at it, I think it's going to be easier for MVP because this is not someone that always kills him, and oh my god.
Yep, he's going to do that Proxy Marauder rush.
Proxy Marauder for the win.
Proxy Marauder. Bum, bum, bum.
And it's a quick gas for TaeJa, so there's the possibility that we'll see him just throw down a super quick fact and not have a lot of units.
Yeah, and I think this is a smart move by MVP. Mm-hmm. You know, MVP, again, he always knows when to cheese. Him and Nest, he does too, but MVP even more so.
Well, that's where you're wrong. No one knows anything more than ST.
Yeah, how foolish of me to say that.
That was actually, you were a little bit out of line there, and I really hope that the enforcers don't come and take you away. All right, so this is a quick scout by TaeJa, and the scout going to allow him to see that something may be off.
And the fact that he's doing a quick scout here is going to tell him, like, wait a minute.
Does he make a bunker, though? Does he make a bunker?
Now he knows MVP is pretty sneaky. MVP could have just hit a building right outside of his base. And I don't see a bunker just yet, Artosis.
Not yet. Not yet, Cease. We do have the factory on the way. The second Marine has popped out. And a third Marine being made. Okay. Okay. So far, so good for TaeJa. And a bunker starting to go down. Okay. Likely he will hold. We don't have concussive shells yet. Only one Marauder out. He's going to have to pull a few SCVs. All he needs to do is finish that bunker and continue to make Marines non-stop. Those are the two things he needs to do. Now he's trying to kill off the Marine, the SCV first. He does kill the SCV. Now he's going to force this Marauder back. This rush is almost over already.
Yeah, this rush has basically failed.
Yeah, this one you generally will end up calling a failure. He is going to get a Reaper because he needs to still get in there and see at least what's going on with this. But that's something that TaeJa could absolutely predict and spread out a couple Marines to try to catch.
Yeah. There's nothing crazy unique about this build from MVP. It was a well-chosen one, but TaeJa, he scouted early. He was ready for it. And I don't blame, one thing that was a little bit predictable about MVP on that, even though he's generally, as I said, one of the more unpredictable players, is that, MVP probably hasn't played a lot on this map, so of course he'd probably try to do a proxy and not play a long game.
Well, MVP has his Reaper out, and the Marines came out to chase away the bunker, so that Reaper's going to be able to get up pretty easily.
Look at this. Gets right in there. The SCV goes into the bunker. Nice move there.
And he sees everything going on. One gas Banshee build. Okay, so now MVP, he has his information. While his rush was failed, his command center will be a little bit slower.
Yep.
And it looks like, I think he wants to go mech because he's actually going for engineering bay when he knows there's not going to be cloak. So that's my guess for that. It's not necessarily the case, but it definitely could be.
I think with Starport, he might get one Viking here.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Definitely. And there you go, a turret immediately starting against something he knows is not, in fact, going to be born. Now this is really nice. Look at that. It's being really effective with these Marauders. In fact, that Tech Lab will even give him high ground advantage even if he goes
Yeah, it's true, actually.
Wow. Really nicely done. You could even, if he goes straight into the natural, he's going to kill the SCV before it finishes the command center. Oh god, that's annoying. And he does. Wow.
The turret now pushing away the Banshee.
And MVP is doing a good recovery so far, I have to say. His Marauders have been really effective at this point in the game. They finally will be taken out completely. But he's stopped the Banshees dead in the tracks. They have no cloaks, so his Viking does pop out. And he's going to go into his own Banshee. At the same time, it looks like he's going Reactor Hellion. So, yeah, it looks like he's going to do that same build we were seeing before.
Cool.
Whoa, this is underwater. When the mule died, its pieces floated up the screen.
No!
Yeah. Watch, I'll find a mule for you to watch this happen on Artosis. Okay, it's going to be, this is the next one to die. I'll let you know when
I'm ready, Artosis.
You commentate the game and I'll start.
All right, so it looks like TaeJa's going to push out now. It was not clear if he actually knows about the third just yet. MVP taking a little bit of a risk here.
And tries to get the first volley off, and with Marines coming as well. Ooh, this is a nice push by TaeJa.
TaeJa's closing in here. Really punishing him.
Yeah. You know, he's with just Vikings and Hellions, this can be hard against someone who has a siege tank for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and down goes the Viking and all the Hellions.
He needs to be careful not to lose that Banshee.
Yeah, he has his own Banshee coming out, so his own Banshee will clean this up, but MVP losing a lot of SCVs right now. Watch this, Stasis.
And it looks like, all right, I'm ready. Watch for this, watch for the mule when it dies.
Ready? Here it goes. Wait, why didn't it float up?
It didn't float up. Artosis is a compulsive liar. It's so weird.
I swear to God,
oh my God, Artosis is lying.
Near the minerals. Maybe only certain spots are near the water.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Oh God.
Go see a psychologist right now.
All right, watch this one,
really weird you to lie about this.
Watch this one, Taste.
All right, I'll watch this one on your preview screen. All right, also meanwhile, it looks like he does have the third base secured and everything like that.
The Hellions are coming in though.
They could do a lot of damage here.
In fact,
Artosis is again a liar. As that mule actually
that
also...
one floated up. See?
Oh, I saw it, yeah.
Okay. Bam. All right, those were actually Hellion fighters that floated up. But anyways, back to this. We do have the Banshee hitting a lot of SCVs here, and in fact, at this point, he has a cloak and gets away. It's right now, MMA has actually killed 17 SCVs, or TaeJa, I'm sorry. He's the same color MMA was. But TaeJa has killed 17 SCVs, and MVP has killed 7 at this point.
And that number's about to go up to 19 here.
In fact, he's 10 SCVs ahead, which is exactly what you would expect with those sniper stasis.
How about that? Now the Banshee is chasing back these Hellions. The Hellions just a little bit too fast, managed to get away. And actually, oddly enough, that Tech Lab is still there. So, and for TaeJa's base, how many barracks does he have, Artosis?
All right, TaeJa right now, he has 3 barracks, 2 of which have reactors. He also has a reactor starport. As far as MVP goes, he's still sitting on just 2 production buildings that he's using, reactor factory and starport with tech lab. So this is a pretty greedy third that he's taken here.
He's also, he's gone ahead and just gotten, getting that Raven out there so that he will have that, what's it called, point defense drone, so that he can actually kill off these,
and you see this harassment?
This is insane.
Absolutely insane, even with Medivacs there, and a counter Hellion. He's doing a great job. He actually killed a lot. Stuff keeps slowing up. Looks like I'm not such a liar after all.
How about that? Is that anything that dies?
No. Mules apparently not.
So are we supposed to believe that this map is underwater then?
Why does everything move at the same speed, and why do these Hellions still work?
Or maybe it's some kind of like weird, like sort of like an ocean planet? Like there's actually a top part like that you could go out under, but these are like modified Hellions that can roam around at the underwater? Because the physics of the map,
I'm not going
the planet.
I'm not going with that.
I could do this.
All right, so look at this nice little walling going on. The Hellions actually doing a good job. We're going to take out some of these SCVs perhaps?
Looks like it.
MVP right now does have his 3 bases up. He is adding factories, so he's going mech here against TaeJa. TaeJa with his 3rd command center down already. And he's adding a lot of racks, starting his own siege tank production.
All right. Very nice by MVP. Doing a good job holding this off.
Oh, and he targets down that, just barely targets down, in fact, that one Banshee. I don't know why I couldn't think of Banshee there.
And actually, it's like nothing's going to leave here alive. Medevac getting a slightly farther away each time.
MVP punishing this little over-aggression by TaeJa here.
Yeah, basically completely cleaning up, now turning around when the reinforcements get there. Very nicely done by MVP.
Now, he does have enough for point defense drone, but he has to be careful where he throws it down because the Marines will target it down very quickly. They are not affected. He does have some siege tanks about to pop out. I think he only has 1 right now, though. So he has to be very careful with how he holds this. But I think he's going to hold this a lot easier than the MMA attack we saw on Daybreak, for sure. But he's out of position.
All right, Stim is done too.
Oh, God. Picks off a siege tank. Huge moment right there. Where we see, point defense drone going down, and the point defense drone does not get targeted at all. But it doesn't matter.
Oh, reinforcements are coming in here. TaeJa's looking too good to be true right now.
In fact, this is doing a better job than what MMA did, really. Going to kill off a bunch of SCVs here at the 3rd base.
And again, MVP is losing too many in a row right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, another siege tank going down. Every siege tank that he loses hurts more and more because, of course, those increment out. Siege 1, by the way, almost done for TaeJa, so he could actually get a position over here on this base.
And looks like he will finally clean this up, but TaeJa has another huge stream of units coming. TaeJa has his 3rd base mining right now.
Yeah, with both gases.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. In fact, his siege mode is just finishing up, whereas MVP's is just starting. So any siege tanks he brings are going to be even more powerful. And look at this. Way too much for MVP.
Whoa! And I believe that is actually TaeJa, landing a banner mule.
That's right. And, well, GG. Yeah, that was a pretty significant victory there for TaeJa. That was strong. MVP, little bit too greedy there. Once again, taking a super quick 3rd base. Once again, taking a lot of damage
and doing
because he's taking it so quickly.
Doing this after he showed TaeJa this in the previous series. TaeJa's watching that, of course.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's pretty hard. MVP does not want to lose here. He wants to go 2-0 out of this group, but TaeJa, again, he's the hottest talent on Earth right now, right? He's just crushing it all over the place.
It's kind of funny to see, in this phase of the tournament, to see MVP in such a bad spot. He barely beats MMA.
Yeah.
Like, barely beats MMA.
Well, you know what? This is a season of 8 groups of death, and this one, a lot of people seem to think might even be the #1 group of death of all. So, I mean, if he gets out of this, the thing is, the next group will probably be even harder. This season is so silly. What a silly season we have. Why are we even,
it's pretty fun to cast,
why are we even doing this? Too much amazing.
Yes, well said. Too much amazing. All right. Well, it looks like we're going to be going into game number 2 right away. The map will be Daybreak. I think this is a good map for MVP. I feel like he plays some of his best games on Daybreak. He did defeat MMA with the crazy nuke style. I feel like MVP is basically, at this point in time against TaeJa, just not allowed to make any mistakes early on.
Yeah.
TaeJa has not really made any mistakes yet at all.
He has to shore up his defenses a bit. He's going to Daybreak is the next map. We saw him do that similar type of thing before on this map. If he wants to do that again, maybe a little bit slower, maybe a little bit quicker siege mode, stuff like that, to help shore up these defenses, because TaeJa is really good at these attacks.
Well, only time will tell. MVP, though, is so he's so good at bouncing back. He's so resilient. We'll see if he can tweak his playstyle here to go up against TaeJa in the next game.
All right. Here we go, Tasteless.
All right, guys.
Your predictions?
I'm saying TaeJa 2-0.
I think it's going to be going to go to game 3. I'm not sure what the third map is, but I think I'd choose winner between these two off the maps. That's my guess, Tasteless. Daybreak. MVP very strong on this map, even after getting way far behind against MMA. Someone who always beats him, he still won. So I'm going to have to side with MVP on this map. But I did that on the last map, and TaeJa proved me wrong. Well, Abyssal City, I don't actually know that much about anyways. I'm going to feign ignorance.
All right, guys. TaeJa MVP. TaeJa, the man who won't make a mistake against MVP. The GSL Code S legend.